Hi everyone, thank you for clicking to my podcast, Tomorrow, where we will explore inclusivity from concept to practice. I've been studying inclusive design for about a year now, and I'm still confronting with new questions every day. One big question I still grapple with is, does inclusive design actually works? Especially when it's applied in a very broad aspect. It is why I feel the urge to start a platform to share readings and thoughts. To kickstart my channel, I'm going to answer what inclusive design is in academic setting. By the end of this episode, I hope you will understand why inclusion isn't just about inclusion, but actually bravery. It's about challenging ourselves and each other to create space that truly welcome everyone. So, what is inclusive design? Well, Inclusive Design Research Center from OCAD University defined it as a design that considers the full range of human diversity with respect to ability, language, culture, gender, age, and other forms of human difference. It sounds like a lot of buzzword, right? I would try to think of it as who is missing from the conversation when you are existing in a space and time. Did we unintentionally excluding people even when we think we are creating inclusive space? For instance, Toronto, a city celebrated for its diversity. However, it's also known as one of the loneliest cities in Canada. And why is that? In inclusive design, we always hear people trying to build safe space. But sometimes these spaces can feel more isolating than inclusion. How can we reconcile the need for safety with the need to push people out of their comfort zones? And what if comfort is actually the problem, not the solution to inclusion? In the article, From Safe Space to Brave Spaces, by Brian O'Wile and Christy Clements, they argue that safe space often confuse safety with comfort. But true learning about diversity, privilege, and oppressions is uncomfortable. If we cling too tightly to comfort, we risk avoiding those difficult but necessary conversations. We instead should create brave spaces, places where we feel safe enough to be uncomfortable, to engage in challenging dialogue, and to learn from it. Here comes the questions. How do we create a space where everyone is challenged but also supported? Let's talk about some common ground rules used in safe spaces and how we can adjust them to foster a brave space. Rule number 1. Agree to disagree. We can shift to controversy with civility. We can invite people to dig into disagreements instead of opting out. Rule number 2. Don't make things personally. Shift your own intention and impact. This rule reminds us that good intentions can still hurt, and it is our job to be accountable. Rule number 3. Challenge by choice. We can shift to a mindset of reflect on your own privilege. This asks participants to consider how privilege may allow some to disengage while others can't. Rule number 4. Respect. We should shift to a mindset to define respect together. Respect looks different across cultures, but we can define it as a group. And rule number 5. No attacks. We should shift to the concept of challenging ideas but not people. We can question belief without personal attacks. Implying these rules can foster real engagement and transformation, and it is about navigating discomfort together, pushing past our comfort zones to reach real understanding. I'm not sure if you are feeling comfortable right now, But one of the most important lessons I've learned from my inclusive design class is that discomfort is a very powerful tool for growth. In brave spaces, we have to acknowledge the power dynamic at play. Who holds privilege and who is marginalized? This is where real learning happens. It's not just about feeling comfortable, it's about confronting hard truth. It is especially true when it comes to topics like race, privilege, and oppressions. It could be messy, emotional, and even painful. But unfortunately, it's necessary. So, where do we go from here? In this episode, we learned that safe spaces, although sometimes well-intentioned, may not be enough for true inclusivities. Brave spaces challenge us to be vulnerable, to confront power and privilege, and to engage with discomfort. It's a tough work, but it's necessary if we want to create inclusive environments. And it really needs someone to take their first steps to build trust and the space, and it does take time. Okay, so next time when you find yourself in a safe space, ask yourself, is this space truly inclusive or is just comfortable? Are we pushing ourselves to be brave? I encourage you to reflect on your own experience. Feel free to share your own safe space and brave space experience with me. Let's continue to grow together. I hope to see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe and like.